eccentric and outrageous are perhaps two of the kinder adjectives Mr. Quentin Crisp, my guest this afternoon, has heard used to describe him. Mr. Crisp was the subject of last night's film, The Naked Civil Servant, of which you've just seen an excerpt, based on his memoirs. He was a self-evident homosexual in the early 30s, when, as Mr. Crisp says, other men searched for signs of effeminacy on themselves as if for lice. Mr. Crisp decided to brazen it out, plastering on lipstick, gold eyeshadow and nail polish, and dyeing his hair with henna, adding a touch of colour to the streets of Chelsea. Now, that film last night by Phillip Ward and Jackal impressed me no end and moved me. How did it strike you?
Well, I thought that it was quite remarkable. I was asked whether I thought it was like my life, and I said I thought it was better because shorter.
Did people actually attack you physically for just how you looked?
They attacked me physically. They sometimes attacked me without speaking a word to me, just rushed up and hit me. And sometimes they would say various things. Of course, the thing that everybody said was, what are you supposed to be? Or, are you supposed to be a man or a woman? To which I used to reply, why do you ask? What were you going to suggest we should do?
Now listen then, you describe yourself as an effeminate homosexual. Does that mean you wanted to be a woman?
Originally, yes. I would like to have been a woman. And now that you can have the operation practically on the national health, it would be quite different for me.
Would you have had that operation?
Oh yes, if you could have waved a wand over my head and turned me into a woman, my whole life would have been self-evident. It would all have been of a piece. This is what Miss Morris says. Nothing would have been in question. I would have been able to walk the way I walk, speak the way I speak, without any remark. Whereas I, personally, don't ever remember a time when I wasn't being made fun of.
Hello, I'm Adrian Goycoolea, the director of Do Not Fade. This is a deeply personal project for me. You see, Quentin Crisp was my great-uncle. When I was a kid, bullied for being weird and foreign, it was my parents' old vinyl recording of an evening with Quentin Crisp that brought me comfort. His wit and insight helped me figure out how to define myself on my own terms. When Quentin came to visit us in New Jersey, I was completely captivated by his stories, especially the ones around shooting that movie The Bride, The Sting. It wasn't a huge success, but that's when I first started to imagine myself as a filmmaker, in fact. Years later, when I was in film school in New York, we grew close. We'd have lunch together regularly at the Cooper Square Diner. He told me stories. I'd pick up his groceries. He was family. But this film isn't about the Quentin that I knew. It's about a possibility that he never got to live. In his final posthumous autobiography, Quentin wrote, "At the age of 90, it has finally been explained to me that I'm not really homosexual. I'm transgender. I accept that now." That sentence sparked a question that I just couldn't let go of. What if he had had the chance to live that truth? That question is the heart of our film, Do Not Fade. It imagines a missing chapter to Quentin's life story, drawing on their most iconic screen legacies. The Naked Civil Servant, where Quentin was famously portrayed by John Hurt, and their role as Queen Elizabeth I in Sally Potter's seminal film, Orlando. In our story, written by myself and the acclaimed author Juliet, Jacques, Quentin is visited by a vision of Queen Elizabeth I, who transforms them into Orlan, a figure who, like Orlando, can move through time and gender, causing them to find themselves alive today as a young trans woman. We took this idea to various major UK funding bodies, and while reviewers wrote that the film, quote, has the potential to heal its audiences, and would surely be a landmark film, the official answer we got back was still to no. The British Film Institute also told us that the project might be challenging for audiences. What's wrong with being challenging? We believe that's precisely why we need to make this film. And so that's why we're turning to you. because this story is essential right now. The moral panic that once targeted gay men has shifted, and today we're living through a global trans panic. In the UK, a recent Supreme Court ruling threatens to define trans people out of their legal existence. In the US, hundreds of laws aim to criminalize gender nonconformity. The terms have changed, but the target remains the same: the policing of gender expression. This was Quentin's lifelong struggle. Reading him as a trans woman today makes his unique, individualist resistance to conformity relevant all over again. To bring Do Not Fade to life, we've assembled a talented and experienced team led by trans and gender diverse creators. That includes the stars of our film, Lavinia, founding member of the legendary radical drag troupe Bloolips, who will play elder Quentin Crisp, and Lexa Rowley, best known for her breakout role in Sex Education. She will play the contemporary Orland Crisp. The film is being produced by award-winning filmmaker Fox Fisher, co-founder of My Generation, a company with a long history of creating authentic trans stories. He is joined by Kirsten Stoddart, a seasoned producer with experience across a range of genres and formats. Costume and production designer Izzy Valentine brings a unique creative vision to the project, with a background in short films, theater, and electronic textiles. Nick Hudson will compose the score, bringing experience from scoring Derek Jarman's Super 8mm films and fusing our film with the queer artistic legacy that inspired Do Not Fade. Our director of photography is Dale Elena McCready, a trans woman whose credits include The Witcher, The Day of the Jackal, Doctor Who, and Belgravia. With partners like TransPlus on screen, we're committed to inclusive hiring practices. This film is a collaboration between myself, a trans-led creative team, and our community. To bring Orland's story to life, we need money. £16,000, including all the crowdfunding costs. This will allow us to pay our incredible cast and crew fairly, pay for set design materials and costumes, and pay for VFX. By contributing, not only will you receive one of our many fabulous rewards, but you'll show us that you love this story as much as we do. For as Quentin once quipped, what better proof of love can there be than money? Thank you.